Well, needless to say, we feel a heck of a lot better right now than we did in Chapel Hill a couple of weeks ago. I was really mad at my team close to the end of the first half because I thought we started giving in to a little adversity. I told them I was not going to call timeout because the state was kicking our rear end because we weren't competing and they needed to grow up. And we made a nice run to get it back to 2 or 3, whatever it was at the half, and I felt very lucky at that time, turning it over 11 times, and they scored 103 points without us scoring, and we're still only down 2. So second half tried to be even better defensively, but tried to move more on the offensive end, tried to attack more. We talked about attack with your brain and also attack under control. And to shoot 78% in the second half, that's pretty impressive. Kenny, 0 points in the first half, missed his first 3 and scores 11 in the second half, including a huge 3. I think he made the 3 when it was like a 2-point game or something like that. And Theo making some drives, but Luke May was pretty special today. We had it out of bounds underneath with limited time. I forget how much it was now. He pulled up and shot it, but he had made 4 or 5 in a row, and I said, "Oh my God!" But it went in, so I said, "Good shot." But I thought Luke was sensational. Defensively, Theo was not very good, lost his man twice in a row, and yet his drive to the basket, the tough layup that he made, I thought was big for us too when they got it back down to a little bit closer. But 5 guys in double figures, you like that, shooting 56% for the game, but I still think we need to do a better job defensively. They shoot 55, but also the points off of second chances. At our place, they outscored us 22-18 today. We got them 21-7. So we won. We're getting out of town.
Defensively, you guys are playing ball screens better than that first meeting?
If we're alive, we played them better than we did that first meeting. If we had a heartbeat, we played it better than we did the first meeting because Freeman, Dorn, everybody got wide open threes in the first thing. Today, they still made 7 out of 13, but I think we closed on them better to take away some of the threes, which is what we wanted to do. And, I think Braxton had 3 threes. There's somebody's phone up here talking if you want me to answer it. Yeah, I don't know who's. Sounds like a female, so I'll leave it alone. Braxton had 3 threes in the first half. He didn't get in the second half. I think we did a better job trying to run him off, but sometimes the ball doesn't go in as much, and it did a great job for us today. But Luke May again, guys, 33 points, 17 rebounds. He did have 6 turnovers. I told him that too, but that's pretty impressive.
To follow up there, Coach, it seems like you made the decision not to switch off of Markel.
Yeah, last time we just didn't do a very good job of it. We had so many situations. I thought Markel dominated the last 5 or 6 minutes of the regulation game and the overtime at our place because they had set the screen and they didn't. We was trying to take it out of your 7's hands. Joel fronted him, Kenny fronted him, but they kept trying to drive Luke to the basket. And Markel was really, really good. I don't know what his. I think he's having a grow. He had 9 assists today, so that broke his streak of having double-double. But he's really good. He's having a great year.
Did the added movement in the second half on offense give Luke more room to operate?
I don't know. I think we did a better job of our movement. We did a better job of cutting. Theo was more involved in the play in the second half than he was in the first half. First half, a lot of it was just standing around watching Joel dribble for a while. We tried to run 4 or 5 plays in a row where we brought somebody up to screen for Theo to get him more involved. But I just think it was the kids doing a little better job. And Luke was taking the ball to the basket was what I thought was the best thing he did. Yeah, he made a couple of threes, and one of them, as I said, really, really deep. But I think just taking the ball to the basket is what he was really successful with.
I think you scored on 29 and 30 possessions.
Bob.
I think you scored on 29 and 30 possessions in the second half when you didn't turn over. But about the turnovers, 19 versus 2 the other night, is it a function of tempo or?
Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know which team's going to show up. One that showed up the other night had 2 turnovers, and they were silly. One of them was a charge when all I had to do was make a bounce pass, and he'd given Luke a layup. And I can't even remember what Theo's second turnover was, but I love that. But I love today shooting 77% in the second half, too. I've never minded some turnovers. I don't mind 12, 13 if you've got a high possession game. 19's way too much. But I think one time Luke got a rebound, tries to make an outlet pass to Joel, and they knock it away. Then I think twice we throw the ball in bounds and they get it. I mean, it's just silliness. But high possession game, you can stand some turnovers more than you can a low possession game. Joe?
Monday will be the unusual game for you, but did this feel like a really cool NCAA regional playing Duke on Thursday, State on Saturday?
If I have to play those two back-to-back, two games in the NCAA, that'd be a pretty big challenge. We haven't talked about that. We just talked about that this is our schedule. Don't be going around and complaining and crying and all that kind of stuff. We're going to play 3 games in 5 days. And we'll try to give you time between games to get your legs feeling better. Yesterday we had a 20-minute meeting. We were on the court an hour and 3 minutes, and that was it. And so we'll try to do the same thing tomorrow. And, you know, it's the first time North Carolina's had a chance since 1980 to win 3 games in 5 days. There's not many things that North Carolina hadn't done since 1980.
Coach, King Lewis had 2 threes today, big one, and 6 on Duke. Has anything changed we've been doing after that kind of slump in January?
You know, it's the same thing. I kept asking him, "Are you all right?" And he'd say, "Yeah." And so I'm not going to try to talk him into being bad. And I just left him, and I got on him one game. I said, "The whole team wants you to shoot the ball." And so he made those 2 or 3 you said against Pitt. Was it 2 against Pitt? 3 against Pitt. I think that gave him his confidence back a little bit. And then the other night he felt it. And then today he shot one that was not as far out as Luke, but that might have been a little bit of a late clock thing too. But basketball season is a long time. You're going to have some up and downs. You just hope they're not sky high and valley low kind of thing. So I told him I like him better when he's making shots and playing defense. So if he wants to make the coach happy, do both.
Roy, that win on Thursday was an emotional one. Was there any concern coming into this game about your guys being able to match the State early?
No, you know, it's ACC. You got to be ready to play so many nights, and you know the freshmen. It's harder for them, but everybody else has been through it. It's what it is. I told them, I said, "Hey, we're going to play 3 games in 5 days. That's a great opportunity." I didn't talk about how tough it was. I mean, about 10 questions out of every press conference is about it, but it's the schedule.
In terms of the preparation, you said you spent about an hour on the court.
Hour and 3 minutes exactly.
Do you go through like a full, like, is it intense or is it more like a walkthrough?
We did some competitive things, but yesterday we only did one thing. It was full court. The rest of it was half court. And we'll do similar kind of things tomorrow. You know, Notre Dame has to play today, and they have to travel. We travel, 40 minutes, but still got to play Monday night at whatever time it is. At least it's not 9. Anybody else, guys?
Coach, how impressed were you with your team's composure and being able to respond to that 19-0 run with a 7-0 run to end the first half?
Well, I wasn't very impressed with it. That's when they chewed their butts out. I mean, we stunk. And so I said that to them at the timeout, as inside 4 minutes. I told them, I am not going to bail you out. You dug this daggum hole, so play. And I chewed them out because it was stupidity that caused part of it. And I said, if you do what I tell you to do, it'll work, and we'll be there at the end of the half, and we'll have a chance. And I did at halftime. I felt pretty good because I didn't think we'd played very well at all, and we're just 2 down, and they were pretty emotional. The crowd was really into it. So